Interesting.
So what this does is actually, it doesn't really matter how big or how small your breast is, or how short, how flat inverted nipples, or even very elastic nipples. It will actually still fit your breast very well, because no other breast pumps does that. So besides this, right, there are some mummies who say, I do not have short nipples, but I have very elastic nipples. Most of the flanges, they are actually until around here. Okay, so what happens is when the pump starts, they realize that the nipple is brushing against the wall. So it keeps brushing against the wall. Did you experience that before?
No, don't have.
Still quite okay lah for your case wise.
Still quite okay, just that I bought the wrong size.
That will lead to a lot of pain. To have elastic nipples, so basically what it does is it can go all the way deep inside.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, so that's the reason why LoveAmme is actually the world's first that fits all breast and all nipples. Yeah, so you actually go all the way deep in case if you have very elastic nipples.
I see, interesting. I didn't know about this.
Yes. So this one is actually customized to your breast. Okay, it doesn't matter big, small, short, flat, inverted nipples or elastic. So it actually customized to that. So that's the second step. Then next, we have the third step. Okay, so this is our T-joint. Okay, so for our T-joint, we actually have different kinds of T-joint to match different kind of bottles. Okay, so for my case, I'm actually using a Tommy TP bottle. Okay, so you can actually just feed directly into a Tommy TP bottle, pump, and immediately feed your baby if you want.
Yeah. No need to transfer the milk and then accidentally cry over spilled milk.
Yeah, correct. And I can see you're connecting to a pigeon bottle, is it?
Yes, correct.
Yes. Yeah, so it's a direct feed.
Direct feed.
Yes, because for my case wise, I am those that are very, very careless. So when I am actually doing this like midnight transfers, I always drop my milk. Yes, and then I have my very, very good friend. So what she told me is that she actually told us during a gathering that we have, accidentally spilled about like 1 tablespoon worth of milk. And she was crying hysteriously inside the kitchen. Then the husband was like, what are you doing? It's just spilled milk.
Yeah, I understand how it feels, very painful. But the husband won't understand. Guys will think that, why I always spill milk? It's just like milk, it's okay.
They really don't understand the pain that we experience just to get that 1 tablespoon of milk.
Yes.
Correct. So basically this actually helps so that you don't need to do your bartending. You can feed, or directly you can actually store it inside the fridge as well. Okay, so that's our step 3, the T-joint. And then the next one is actually our bottle stand. So you may be thinking, this is just a simple bottle stand. Can it even be customizable? Just to let you know, this is also customizable. It is.
Really?
Yeah. So like for example, I am actually having the Tommy TP bottle. The bottom of the bottle is actually very wide. Okay. Yeah. So what happens is for the Tommy TP bottle, I can just directly go inside and that's it. It can be very firm. But now you are actually holding on to the pigeon bottle. You will realize that if you put it in, it is very loose.
Yes, a bit loose. Correct.
Quite loose, right? So what you can actually do is, you can see that there are claps, 4 claps inside the bottle stand. So what this does is, you can actually very safely just bend it.
Oh, can bend it. Oh, I was still thinking, what is this?
Customize.
Cannot. Oh.
Correct. So basically, you can customize it to make it smaller. So like right now, you can see that my hole is bigger already. Okay, so I have a bigger hole. So you can customize all the 4 flaps. Okay, so once you customize all the 4 flaps, you see I can even bend it in for the sides as well. Okay, so once you customize the 4 flaps, you realize that the whole bottle stand will become smaller.
Yes. Yeah, much better. Yeah. I didn't know can customize.
Yes. So basically for the LoveAmme, so the whole 4 steps are all customizable, even the bottle stand. And also for the bottle stand, you may realize that as your baby grow bigger, so you may actually need, correct, right down there. Yeah, so as the baby grow bigger, you may be using taller and taller bottles or bigger and bigger bottles. So as with other brands of bottle stands, you will realize that as the bottle grow taller, the stand will topple very easily. So LoveAmme, it is specially designed so that even if you are using taller bottles, it doesn't fall.
Oh,
stable. So like, sorry?
Because can adjust the thing. Right?
Yes, so that it is much more stable. And also, what I did was during the initial times, what I do is I usually use when I have finished pumping. So I just put my bottle inside, okay. And when my baby grow bigger, so what I actually do is it becomes their milk bottle stand, because sometimes they just don't understand that they have to finish their milk in like one feed. So they'll drink a bit, then they put it down, and then they go and play their toys. Then by the time they come back again, they accidentally knock the bottle, and then oops, some milk spilled.
True.
Yeah. So what I actually do is I actually lay the when I feed the baby with the milk bottle, especially when they're bigger lah. Yeah. So I actually give them the bottle stand as well, and tell them, if you want to put the milk bottle down, you better put it inside here. It's
True,
very
true,
tiring, very leceh to clean up after the mess as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So today is actually our LoveAmme 4 step. Okay. So all this is actually specially designed to help mothers actually basically, so that you will have a much more enjoyable breastfeeding journey. So now, Sabrina, I understand that you have some questions ready for me.
Yeah, I actually asked some of my followers to post some questions for you. Yeah, so first of all is about the breast pump. So they asked about the special features of a LoveAmme breast pump as compared to the breast pump in the market. So I believe we touched on a few points, like it's hospital grade, then it's customizable, then I think both sides also can customize, right?
Yes.
One level 3, one level 4. Yeah. So they asked like what else is like make it so special that it's selling it more expensive than the rest. Yeah. Someone asked.
Okay, that's quite a good question. So basically for the LoveAmme, right, like what I mentioned, so it actually has this individual breast customization, which other breast pumps do not have. So when we talk about individual breast customization, not just the suction strength that you can adjust differently, even the phases can be adjusted differently. So this is very important for, I would say, almost all breastfeeding mothers will actually encounter one of the issue. Example, sore nipples, or example, cannot empty their breast well, or for example, let's say maybe one side having more milk than the other side. Okay, so these are the problems that LoveAmme breast pumps can help with. Okay, so the other breast pumps, they are not designed in this way, because this is actually a LoveAmme solution. That's why it's the world's first. Yes. And also besides that, we are talking about pump suction as well, because it doesn't mean that if you want your pump suction to be strong, you can just be strong, because your breast pump may not be capable enough to withstand that kind of strong suction strength. Yeah, so for LoveAmme, what we do is we actually make sure that the pump is of a much more better and higher grade motor, especially to make sure that it is able to produce such a strong suction, because in the market, LoveAmme is the strongest at 340 mmHg. In fact, the number 2 is actually almost like 10% lower than us. Yeah, almost around there. And of course, there are a lot of breast pumps that are like 20-30% lower than us in terms of suction strength wise. Okay, so suction strength is definitely one of the things. And then another thing is, I believe this you'll be able to experience yourself since you have the setup. You will realize that LoveAmme items, every single part, the quality of the items are very different. Like you can feel the silicone. So besides it is soft and comfortable, it is still firm. It is not those flimsy whereby you bend by itself. No, it is very firm, and you can very easily touch the plastic part. The plastic are actually very different from any other plastics that you see in the market, and sometimes it may even be stronger than the milk bottle that you're holding. You can feel the type of plastic is very different. Okay?
Yeah, the quality is really much better.
Yeah, correct. So this quality is very important, because we understand that a lot of mummies, they actually sterilize their items. So what happens is when you sterilize, definitely the lifespan of the items becomes shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we do is, we are breastfeeding moms too. We know this. So what we do is we do not actually cut costs and like just to earn more money or this kind of stuff. No, we do not do that. So as moms ourselves, we know the importance of good quality products. So that's the reason why even our plastics, everything, you can feel that it's really solid, really good. Even our valve. Okay, so you can see if you use other brands, you would realize that the valve is actually much thinner and much I would say much more softer than this. So whereas this is actually very, very firm, because when we talk about the valve is actually the number one reason why people have weaker suction.
True. I think the something cracked or something. I think the valve cracked. Then the milk product, the milk became lesser and lesser. Then I changed a new one. Then go back to normal. And I think it's quite a problem that most moms face.
Yes, correct. You're right.
This is much.
Yeah. So you can see for the LoveAmme valve, so besides the valve being very thick, very sturdy, you can also realize that there is actually this extra flap for you, so that after pumping, you do not need to touch the valve part. So you can just pull this out, and even if there's milk, you can just pour it out.
Oh,
yes, because you know sometimes there will always be this like milk left over inside the valve, like probably that
yes,
2 drop.
very,
Correct.
very precious.
Correct. So with this, you can actually just pull it out, and then you can just pour it. So you won't need to worry about contaminating your milk. Yes, because LoveAmme, we believe that we should save every precious drop. So that's why that you can see our logo. There is actually like love in every drop. That is actually our tagline as well, to remind us that every single drop of milk is precious.
Yes, very precious.